Hello, I'm Dr. Antonella Grima. I'm a public health specialist and a registered nutritionist. And today I will be dispelling 5 very common nutrition facts that I am sure you have encountered at some point or other during your journey towards being healthy and eating healthy food. Myth number 1. You must have breakfast in order to be healthy. Have you ever heard this? I'm sure you have. So, in reality, if our body is telling us that it's not hungry before 10 o'clock or before noon, it's perfectly fine to go without any breakfast or any food before that time. Our body has been specifically designed to go for long stretches of time without any food. Our ancestors were hunters and gatherers, and food was only available in a limited way, so we do not need to be fed continuously to be healthy and to have proper nutrition. The second myth goes hand in hand with this one. Have you ever heard that you need to have 3 main meals and 2 snacks every day in order to be healthy? I'm sure you have. In reality, if your body is telling you that it's not hungry, it does not need to be fed at that time, it's perfectly fine to skip that meal and go for the next one. There might be some practical application of this 3 meal and 2 snack rule. In reality, when someone is embarking on a weight loss journey in the very beginning, it might be that they need to have frequent nutritious meals in order to avoid food craving and to avoid going for high sugar, high fat foods, because at that point, when one is switching from an unhealthy lifestyle to a healthy one has to adapt to the drop in glucose in the blood, to the drop in insulin. So we need to kind of ease into eating less and less often in a gradual way at times. Rule number 3, that you need to do exercise in order to lose weight. In reality, exercise is fantastic for our body. It does plenty of good to our mental health. It keeps our bones strength. It keeps our muscles and our joints supple and strong. And it does so much good to our body, and I really recommend it. However, in order to lose weight, we need to really watch what we are eating, because that is what controls whether we will gain weight or lose weight. It is impossible to go away with the idea that you can eat whatever you feel like, eat very high sugar, high fat foods like sweets and chocolates, which have hundreds of calories, and then walk it off, because it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Another myth that I often encounter is that carbs are your enemy. We've heard a lot, heard a lot of promotion about Atkins, ketogenic diet. In principle, there is some reality to them, because the food that we are accustomed to find in supermarkets is very high in sugars, very high in carbohydrates, and carbohydrates are a staple of most convenient foods that we find available. However, we cannot go about without having any carbohydrates at all. We need them for our satiety. We need carbohydrate-rich foods such as grains for energy, and we also need grains for in order to supply us with vitamins like the B complex vitamins, and whole grains to supply us with fiber. The trick, which I find is essential, is to limit the amount of carbohydrates. To have only how much your body needs. It's very easy to exceed on the amount of carbohydrates that we have. And sometimes I find, and it happens quite often actually, that people are afraid of having carbohydrates and they end up having a very high protein diet. And in the end, they will gain weight just the same, and they might cause damage, especially if they have a lot of saturated fat or animal protein in their diet. They might end up having more saturated fat, higher cholesterol levels, and damaging their kidneys, because the amount of protein they are having is more than their body actually needs. Now, the last misconception that I often encounter is that being healthy is an all or none event. I have a lot of people who tell me, listen, I've broken the rule, I've gone for a comfort food, I've had chocolate, I've had biscuits, I've gone for a party and I've eaten whatever I found, and they feel discouraged and they decide to quit. I want you to keep in mind that being healthy is not an all or none event. You can maybe have a slip up, we're all human after all, and decide to say that's it, from tomorrow or from right now I will continue on my journey towards being healthy. It's very important to persevere on our journey and to try and make the most of our diet and our nutrition. I will stop here for today. If you would like to see some more information about how we can break the habit and be healthy and eat a healthier diet and live a healthier life, I invite you to have a look at my Facebook and Instagram accounts, where I regularly share tips and information about how we can be healthy and eat in a nutritious way. Thank you.